Guide for a Wonder Voyage. Adventures through internal and external landscapes. This is a guide for our Wonder Voyage. An invitation to journey through real and imagined places, internal and external. It may be to the other side of your bedroom, or the other side of the Pacific Ocean, or to the depths of a heart you've never encountered before. The story is a crucible, the alchemical holding space for you to pour your curiosities and exclamations of joy, to pour your torn hearts and speak your tirades of lament, all on the path to curate meaning-making moments. Through a colour, a gesture, a touch, a mark made on paper or on the earth, indelible on rock, or to be erased quickly with the gentle passage of a river. May any blood that flows here mix with honey to clot and to cure. Be sure not to rush into this. Let desire rise slowly, as healing rises slowly. The Wonder Voyage wells up from the heart, a glimmer at first, frail and tender, and you may wonder whether you're really experiencing anything at all. It's a slight shift on the edge of perception of sight or touch, a whispered word, or most likely the slightest feeling, an unsettlement, an impulse. It destabilizes equilibrium, unbalancing a way of life that may have held true and steady for decades. Not simply a shifting feeling as an emotion that's never been felt before, for which you don't yet have a name, more than a feeling. This is the destabilization of self, tipping the idol statue from its plinth. At a gentle angle, the statue will fall back to rest where it's always been, always rested with the leaf litter and discarded rubbish of years piled up all around. But taken far enough, and the tilt becomes alarming. The centre of gravity moves to a point where equilibrium can't be sustained. And then what began as a gentle shift off kilter becomes an inevitable and irreversible fall from the comforting but false grace of a secure identity. And the impulse may come from grief, rejection, a broken heart, or the gradual slow dawning that something is amiss and that life is bigger than the meagre horizon we've become used to. The fall, when it eventually comes, may be exhilarating, for sure, but it's hard to avoid the pain of tearing a soul from its tether as we engage at last with unmediated realities. So step away from broken remains of the obsolete self. It's foolish to attempt the task to reassemble familiar things. Although the impulse is understandable, as is the longing for the security of that which we know. Be gentle with yourself and acknowledge that longing for what has passed away. But even as you do, hold it kindly, still pay the longing no heed. You cannot return. And it may take time in grieving to sit with the broken pieces of a life that was never real in the first place. Because you grieve for the life that you had assumed was your whole self. But eventually, you will rise to your feet, staggering slow and limping at first. So begins the Wonder Voyage.